Hey everyone, it's Flakfire. We don't have much to go on for Battlefield 1's fourth and final announced DLC, Apocalypse, but as usual, I'm ready to speculate for days and perhaps offer a suggestion or two. Here's what we do know about Apocalypse. DICE says it contains the most infamous battles of World War I, and players will conquer bitterly contested ground with brutal tools and unique makeshift weapons. For me, there's one battle that embodies all of these qualities, and it would make a fantastic addition to Battlefield 1, the battle for the Caverne du Dragon, or the Drachenhöhle. I mentioned this battle in a previous video, but I want to go into depth on why it would be a good fit for Battlefield 1 and why it might already be in development. Underground combat activities played a major part in fighting on the Western Front in World War I. At Chemin plateau, ancient caves and quarries became ideal defensive positions. The Drachenhöhle was one of them. Located beneath German positions was a network of caves, almost a square kilometer in size. Since 1915, the German army had worked to fortify the system, creating a veritable underground fortress. 15 meters below the hell of the trenches, the Germans constructed a barracks, infirmary, sniper positions, machine gun battlements, searchlights, and even a cemetery. Electricity lit the stone corridors and galleries. In April 1917, the French would test these defenses during the infamous Nivelle offensive. Many defenders sheltered in the numerous caves along the Chemin, emerging unscathed and inflicting a horrendous toll against the French attackers. At the Drachenhöhle, the situation was no different. French soldiers attacking from the Croix farm first tried to asphyxiate the defenders with gas. When that failed, they were forced to enter the depths of the caverns. By June 25th, the French controlled the Drachenhöhle, but not for long. In the following months, French and German forces struggled for control over the subterranean fortress. For a brief period, both sides maintained their own sections of the Drachenhöhle, the Germans from the north entrance and the French at the south entrances, creating an underground no man's land. By November, the Germans retreated, abandoning the cave. But in 1918, the Drachenhöhle would again change sides. The Germans would retake the cavern in May, only to have it taken from them again in October, a month before the end of World War I. If any place qualifies as bitterly contested during the Great War, the Drachenhöhle ought to be pretty high up on that list. So, why would such a location be a natural fit for Battlefield 1 DLC? Underground maps are popular in the Battlefield franchise. That's a fact. Players love to hate Metro and Locker, but the recently released Fort de Vaux map seems very well received. The structure of the Drachenhöhle lends itself to this design, with the Germans attacking from the north and the French attacking from the south, fighting in the middle of the cave system. This seems ideally suited for the new Frontlines game mode. If DICE wanted to make things real interesting, players could also fight in the trenches above the caves. Historically, the cave had electricity, solving one of the big obstacles with night or underground maps in Battlefield 1. The location is also unique. Confrontations of this size underground were relatively rare in the Great War. Like Fort de Vaux, it's a location I'd really like to see brought to life in Battlefield 1, and it's a location with a lot of room for creative freedom. Additionally, based on concept art for Apocalypse, DICE may already be in the process of making underground maps. In this image, a soldier wears a gas mask, but the design is different from current models in Battlefield 1. It's actually the French Tissot apparatus, a respirator originally intended for underground mine rescue. That could just be a coincidence, since it was also issued to frontline soldiers to protect against gas, but for me, it raises an eyebrow. Of course, the Drachenhöhle wasn't the only place where battles were fought underground during the war. Both sides would often employ sappers or diggers to tunnel under enemy lines and break the deadlock, the idea being to place and detonate a large explosive cache under the enemy trenches. Tunnels would occasionally bump into one another, resulting in close-quarters combat in near darkness. Naturally, soldiers modified weapons for these situations, and there are several examples of British Enfields cut down for underground fighting when pistols weren't available. Other underground battles I could see integrated into Battlefield 1 include the Battle of Messines, or even the Second Battle of Arras. Both featured significant use of mines or caves, and that's an aspect of World War I that hasn't really been explored by any video game. And again, this is all speculation, but it's exciting to me. What are your thoughts? Would you like to see the Drachenhöhle come to Battlefield 1? What else? Tell me in the comments. And be sure to check out our community Discord in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share on websites like Facebook and Twitter, and of course, subscribe. To take your Battlefield 1 game to the next level, check out the Battlefield 1 Ultimate Utility app with a link in the video description. And as always, thanks for watching.